Welcome back to Sunrise Today. Well, we see some people who agree with you, saying without caging of the law, no society can thrive. Effective law enforcement is the panacea to most of our challenges. They say not even economy, education and all. But there are those, we've got Mega, who says he also disagrees with you, saying you can't say alleged corrupt suspects can't attend a book launch if they're innocent until found guilty. So, different strokes. But then, let's pick up on where we left off about the National Assembly and clearing the acting EFCC chair. So, if you say they were supposed to have gone ahead and cleared him, there are those who will also accuse them of being a rubber stamp and not performing their functions. So, if they're doing their functions, you say, no, that shouldn't be the case. Why not?
No, what I was insinuating is this. If a name had been with you for almost 2 years and you didn't consider that important to consider whether you want to approve or not until late last year, then I don't think you are doing the job. That's the point I'm making. I'm not looking for a rubber stamp National Assembly. I'm also not looking for a rubber stamp judiciary. What I am insinuating is that when assignment is your constitutional responsibility, you must be able to do it promptly and decisively.
Okay, but so surely there are some pluses that you would see, like the passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill we just saw from the National Assembly. Well, are they not doing their functions?
Do you know that that Petroleum Industry Bill, whatever, had been with the legislators since the 5th National Assembly?
No, we're talking of the 8th one now.
No, you see what I have seen that it done is to say let's segregate, let's individualize the various content of the PIB bill. But if they pass, it's not yet over. It was the Senate that said we are taking a position. The House is yet to do it. So you cannot even say that the bill has been passed.
But do you think they're synchronized as an upper chamber and a lower chamber?
No, it is good for the working of the National Assembly that they must work together, but not subserviently one to the other. That is not my notion. That is not what the Constitution says. If the Senate passes a bill, and if they are thinking about let's harmonize, it is not for the House of Representatives to just concur without also looking at the content of what they are going to pass. No, the national and the petroleum industry bill have been with them for so long. Most of them are members of the 7th Assembly. Some of them are members of the 6th Assembly. So what is
no, but they're saying that yes, it's been with several assemblies, but the 8th Assembly has come forward and they say, look, we will ensure that this is passed. So this is the first part of 3, which they say they will ensure that all 3 is passed. So if they've done the first hurdle,
what happens with the 2nd and the 3rd?
Means that they're considering 2nd and the 3rd, and they say yes, we will go ahead and pass all of them.
That means as we speak, even the petroleum industry bill has not become law.
The Petroleum Industry Governance Bill has been passed by the Senate, yes. It should be concorded by the House of Reps. A bird does not fly with one hand.
But
this is progress. I mean, this is good progress.
But the law that I know is that it is not only the Senate that must pass any law, any bill to become law. The House of Reps has to go. It has to be forwarded to the executive for the assent of the president or the acting president as he is now. And if the president does not assent, the acting president does not assent within a particular period of time, they just go back and repass.
The other item is that several groups, including yours, you've always challenged the National Assembly to make their budgets open.
Yes.
Now they've published it. Yeah. Are you satisfied with that?
No, my organization and a lot of other organizations that are doing anti-corruption governance issue will still look at what they have published and take it off from there. You see,
you're not satisfied that it's been published at first?
No, it's good. At least you are making progress using your word.
No, that's not my word. I'll use your own word. What word did you want to use?
No, we are making progress. I agree with you. But we will still look at what has been published and take it a little bit further.
Now that we have to wait for one section of the National Assembly, and then that's the upper chamber, and then having to wait again for the lower chamber to also go the way the upper chamber went, there has been this argument that was rife at some point in the polity that perhaps having this is a duplication, and that both chambers could be merged into one and make it much smaller for efficiency. What's your take on that?
I have a feeling too that it will have been better that we return to the parliamentary system of government, which we operated so effectively in the First Republic. We just have a single chamber National Assembly. And again, some of the people that are in the executive are also members of the National Assembly. If you look at it, the result of the British election came. People who don't have the mandate of the people will not be ministers, for instance, because they will have won a local seat and they become members of parliament, and whoever wants to become minister appointed will become minister. But I want to say that I would prefer a single chamber National Assembly to cut wastage, so that a lot of other resources will be freed to handle developmental matters. Because I don't think we need a two-chamber National Assembly.
Okay, and then about that, I don't think that the name has actually been there for 2 years. The name of the EFCC, I think it was sometime last year. I remember talking to my colleague about it. I think sometime in the middle of last year, that's when it was read on the floor of the House, I think. But I don't think it's up to 2 years. Just checking that, but we'll double check.
Yes.
But about the question of National Assembly being a rubber stamp, there are those who say they've left that stage because they were able to come up with reports about the SGF, who's now suspended. They've been able to look at some of the names that were submitted from the executive arm and say, no, if Nigerians don't want this, this should not pass. So if you were to assess them, whether or not they are really standing up as a different arm of government and not being a rubber stamp, how have they fared?
No, I agree that this 8th National Assembly has been independent in the manner it works. I don't refer to this 8th National Assembly as a rubber stamp institution, and that is my sincere opinion.
But moving forward, what would you want to see to ensure that Nigerians have confidence in the National Assembly?
You see, I remember that it is also part of this system that they should have constituency office. And when you have constituency office, it is for you to receive feedback really from your constituents, so that goes into what you discuss and approve at the National Assembly. I don't think most members are making use of this avenue, because the truth of the matter is that when you are in the National Assembly, you are there because some people elected you. And whatever you must be doing at every segment of time in the National Assembly must actually be what is in tune with the desire of the people that elected you. I don't see that evident too much. All right,
Jade Tokunbo Omumuni is Executive Director for SERAP. He's also a legal practitioner. Thank you for coming on this morning.
It's a pleasure being here.
All right, we'll be back in a moment and then look at National Assembly themselves. How do they react? Join us again.